All right, happy weekend morning. Today is finish polishing. We'll see how far we get on this video, and we might get into coating as well. I don't know how this will come together, but if you haven't watched the other parts of the series, I guess this is probably episode 3, maybe 4. I'm not sure where we're at, but Chase and I are hanging out in the garage here. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Got it nice and air conditioned, although it's really nice outside. Chris and I did the compounding yesterday, so I can put away the Griot's fast correcting cream. So I can get rid of that. I can put away all my microfiber pads as we're done with that. And since there's only one of us now, I'm gonna put away the LE, which I'm telling you guys, if you're starting out polishing, even if you're not starting out but you don't have a polisher and you don't want to spend $500 on a polisher, this thing is darn near just as good. So this is the T4000 Mark II. So those of you that are on like LE's site and you're looking at all the new machines that they're coming out, you have to remember they have to get UL approval on every machine that they bring to the US. So we can't just bring them all over the minute they come out. They have to be, first of all, we have to decide, do we want it here in the US? And then they have to go for their UL approval process. So I believe that the battery powered one, which is really awesome, is in the process. So hopefully we'll have that soon. But let me put these away. I always feel better to kind of clean up and organize. What do you think, Chase? You feeling good about today? You feeling relaxed? You want to go outside? But you can't be barking at people. No barking. Nobody likes a barker. Oops, we'll unlock the door. I think I'm gonna cut this door and put a darn doggy door in because it's annoying how much he wants to go in and out. So let's put this away. We'll put the nanos away because I don't need any of those. I don't feel good about nice, neat, and organized. Man, it feels so good to be back in my garage. With it largely complete, but ever evolving, always improving. But I love the life where there's not like this massive sense of urgency. I can just, it's still hard for me to believe. I had to think about this too much as I'm trying to figure out who the heck I am and what I'm about. I guess not figure out who I am, but understand it. Understand what causes stress and angst and all of that as I try to get back to driving. Understanding how much I just love being in the garage and just creating. It's still weird to think that I'm kind of a creative guy. That goes there. This goes here. Creative in a different sense. I won't need this guy here. Yeah, I know I would want to see what the drawers look like, so if you didn't watch the video, I did an organization video where I put these drawers together. This is the best part of having an organized setup. Everything has a place, a very specific place. A very magical place. See how nice that is? Everything goes back in the spot. Don't need this. That's all good. Milwaukee battery. Is it 2 bars? Should probably charge that. Keep our 3 inches out, because we're gonna need these. And keep this out for spreading. These pads. Got a bunch of pads, so I need to throw these pads up on Instagram to get rid of these. I only use them one time, and then I figured out, and I just sell them at like 50% off or something like that. Okay, so these guys are done. I'm gonna just set these aside. I'm sure I'll have some leftover yellow pads as well. So then, this tripod sucks. I'm gonna get a Sackler. Let's put this back where it belongs. I don't need a scan grip anymore. Put this away. Dang it, my VHB tape that I put to hold my power strips up has failed. So I'm gonna have to redo that. Like these Forge batteries. It's XD 8.0. Okay, so let's get our pad set up here, and we're gonna roll through this morning. Ryan has a football game at the school I'm gonna go to at 10:30 or at 12:30. So I should have plenty of time to get this done. Put that on there. This on here. Put this back. I think this went that way. Good. Looking clean. Looking nice. Okay. So let's get these guys buttered up. I don't need the big container, so put that away. That's what my little weekend pass. I'm not trying to set a fashion trend here. So perfect finish. If you don't want it to dust, you gotta shake it up, and shake it up well. The other thing I like to do is blow out my all new pads. So I'll end up doing like 90% of the car with this 5-incher. And this combination of Griot's fast correcting cream and then perfect finish is pretty magical. You know, I messed with the Kush Chemi polishes the other day. What was I polishing? And this is, to me, still better. What the heck did I polish? Oh, Michelle's Raptor. Okay, let's go to it. I think today might be a headphone on day. Let me polish this section and we'll go to time lapse. So the glass is all done. Everything else is done. Trim, everything's been taped. So now I'm just gonna go around, jewel it up, polish it, and make sure. Okay, good. None of that etching or water spotting came back. So we're good. I promised my Evo I won't let this happen again where I let it sit outside. So I'll do much larger sections than I did on the coating removal. Oftentimes when I'm finishing, I like to leave the polish on there, especially as nicely as Perfect Finish wipes off. Just kind of leave it on there and then wipe the whole panel all at once. So remember, a cross hatch is not necessary. It's more for organizing your passes than anything. So you can go the same direction, whatever direction makes sense when you're on a section. So whether I polish left, right, up, down, zigzag, really doesn't matter. It just matters how many, time, abrasive time on machine, on the surface. So I'm doing 3 sets of passes. So here's what my pad looks like. I'm going to blow it out. And that's what my pad looks like after I blow it out. And then what I like to do is scrub it. Gosh, that air compressor is so quiet I can barely even tell that it's on. And so that's what my pad looks like for the next set of passes. But before we do that, which with Perfect Finish is my favorite part. And then after we're done with all this, we'll wipe off or wipe it down with a panel wipe so we can get a really awesome bond with our coating, which is going to be CSL XO. We're going to coat the glass or seal the glass with Wolf's. No, actually I'm going to do H2Go on this. Angel Wax H2Go. It's been a while since I've used that. Really nice. We're back, baby. Evo's back. And looking awesome. That's what we needed. Check out this angle. A waxed depth look after we do our 3 steps, which is CSL followed by XO, and then after the first wash with drying aid. Okay, I'm going to put my headphones on, start and work my way around, and I'm listening to Naval again. So I've been listening to the Naval podcast. I'd highly recommend you listen to anything you can from Naval. He's brilliant. So I'm going to try to time lapse this and we'll see how it goes. I don't think I've ever done a time lapse. step is to clean up the surface and prepare for coating. Since I'm going to wash a bunch of these towels, it doesn't hurt to use a few more of them to kind of clean up my tools. Clean up my countertop here as well. So this rag company thing is kind of nice because this thing, this cup comes off. I can easily clean it. You tend to get polish residue build up. And then I put away all my hose reel and all that stuff, all of the all the tools are all put away. And so now I want to deep clean the surface to accept the coating. I got a polish dustiness here. Tell you what, man, the PPF is really nice having it here. I don't even think, I mean, maybe once a year, maybe once every couple of years I'll replace it. Right now it's doing great. So I don't spray traceless directly on the PPF. I spray it on the towel. And the PPF just makes my countertops, I'm always just superficially wiping them versus having to do like a whole deep cleaning all the time that I would normally do with a stainless. So I can keep them clean, fingerprint free, looking great. All right, so I'm gonna use panel wipe and one low pile, one high pile. And I'm gonna wipe this thing down. So I'm gonna wipe it from top to bottom. So we've got dust. Just a small amount of dust, of which most of it I've already wiped off. So on the glass, I'll just spray it directly on here. We want the surface nice and dialed. If we do this part of the process, yeah, screw it, I'm gonna stick a low pile. This stuff is a little bit too grabby to be messing with a higher pile. Okay. So let's see, I started at 8:30 polishing, finished by 10:35. So it took me 2 hours to finish polish. This needs a second treatment. Panel wipe's great and all, but the experience, the user experience is pretty terrible. I really only like to use it on the glass. So glass prep is more important than anything if you want your glass coating to function and work. Trim looks a little funky. Yeah, I'm just going to use eraser on the whole thing. It's so much better. So I'm going to go eraser, back to my orange towels, clean this whole thing up. This happens pretty much every time I grab a pan of wipe. Because eraser, I can do this and like spray the whole surface down. Whereas I can't do that with pan of wipe. But I do like having that sledgehammer around in case. It is nice to have. It's really windy out there. It's making some sort of weird vibration to my soffit. Might be able to start the coating. I got to run over to Ryan's game. What time is it? This game's at 12:30. It's 11:45, 11:42. I'm going to be pumped to have this car dialed. Get the M3 back re-operational again. And then after this major detailing push, get my cars detailed. And I got a bunch of mechanical things to do. Modifications. And then once I get through that, then I'll start working on what's my next thing. I'm going to be building out the HQ's entryway here soon to start inviting people here locally to come and start doing installs. Start designing and doing installs. It's nice having a little DI shelf there. Put stuff on. Oh, I gotta put down in my list of things. I'm gonna bring another Mosmatic wand holder so that way I can set it up in the middle of the garage so when I'm washing I can holster on either side depending on where I'm working. Another thing I'd like to start working on are our own better casters for the bucket package, giving that as an option because I don't like how it breaks in the driveway. Since my driveway's so sloped. Sorry that I let my Evo get this bad. It's okay. So the tune that I'm going to be doing is going to be I want it to be very streetable, very simple. I'm not frickin' driving around looking for 85. I'm not doing that. And so I'm gonna focus on just make it really OE plus. Yeah, I'll just redo CSL EXO on the windows, everything except for the windshield. I wonder how long this car will stay for me. I mean, everything is officially for sale. Unofficially for sale, I should say. So, yeah, somebody wants to buy it, I'd sell it. But I'm not actively pursuing selling it. I do like it. I'm gonna like it even more when I finish it, you know, and make it look cool. Right now, it's kind of tall and looks like it's on stilts. So getting the suspension dialed, getting some better looking wheels and tires on here is gonna be a major requisite for me. Really loving it. You know, giving a little more horsepower, also fun. I like how it sounds, so the exhaust is good. The turbo whooshes are cool. So the car sounds good. You know me, I'm not normally a turbo kind of guy, but if a turbo's done, you know, some cars just have a cool sound. Some cars sound terrible. The turbos make them sound terrible, but this one sounds good. I always find the first few washes are really important to kind of get all the rest of the polish residue and stuff off. Yeah, I think it's gonna come out pretty good that the Amiras are gonna show up at a really good time for me, and then I'll have a place to put them. I'll have the bandwidth to really play with them and have a really successful giveaway. Really, there's not a lot of information, ownership information of the Amiras. So I get the sense that it's a pretty special car. So I think the likelihood of me keeping one of them is pretty good. Oh, by the way, I didn't polish the door jambs. The coating is still good there and fine. So I don't need to recoat the jambs, or I didn't need to polish them. I just left them alone. The jambs are good. Good to go. It's really windy out there. I'm playing on 7-on-7 out there in the field. Not going to be conducive for throwing long passes. Okay, so we'll go down and wipe all the lower areas of the car as well. Get this thing looking tip-top and ready to coat. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this wipe down, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to finish the wipe down on the sides, and then I'm going to go hang out for a bit, go to Ryan's game, we'll come back and we'll coat this afternoon.